Hello, class. This is the story of how a group of teachers were able to rally a community to better the education and the conditions of a school on a low-income neighborhood in Puerto Rico. My mother was an elementary school teacher for over 30 years, and a few years back, she was assigned to work on a school on a low-income neighborhood just south of San Juan. Just as many schools in poor neighborhoods here in the States, the conditions at the school were not optional. Uh, Facilities were kind of like run down. There was a scarcity of educational material, and the school library was in need of new books. Uh, Low-income neighborhood schools in the United States face many challenges. This school specifically suffered from a overcrowded classroom. There was a general lack of resources and a in a difficult school environment. Students that attend a low-income school face unique struggles both in and after school. The teachers at this school where my mother was working were clamoring to the principal for funding to attend the more pressing needs of the school. The principal was trying to get the funding, but the school district was citing budget shortfalls. A group of teachers tried to meet with the superintendent of the region, with no avail. There was no debate from the school district with school officials on the needs of the school. The teachers then decided to get the parents involved. There was some resistance among teachers since there was the belief that low-income parents do not care about their children schooling that much. Another problem was that there was no teacher-parent association in the school. Nevertheless, the teachers at the school decided to go on after school visits to many of the parents' houses, of their own students, to see if they can gather support. The problem was that most of these parents had 2 to 3 jobs, so it took some effort to get a hold of many of them. I remember going with my mom to many of these houses, and I remember the work that my mom had to put to convince many of these parents that their participation was important. She had to convince them that without resources to purchase the most, recent textbooks and invest in new technologies for students, teachers are forced to make do with what they have. This means that students are less prepared for college and the workforce. Basically, teachers explain that students' school performance can affect their college chances and their employment opportunities. After a while, the teachers were successful in rallying a lot of parents, and meetings starting occurring at school. From there, protests were organized by parents, first at the school level, and later protests were held at the school district. Pressure mounted on school administrators, and finally there was a compromise from the school superintendent to meet with the parent-teacher group to assess the problems facing the school. The meetings were successful, and funding started to pour into the school finally. And just as Irving and Stanbury stated in their lecture, it is widely argued that increased community participation in government decision making produce many important benefits. It is difficult to envision anything but positive outcomes from citizens joining the policy process, collaborating with others, and reaching consensus to bring about positive social and environmental change. Thank you.